Hey, good Thursday morning, everybody. You know, I got to set up for the MB. I can't help but notice what an absolute gorgeous morning it is here today. It is beautiful. Just another beautiful day on the Eastern Pacific in Southern California, where fishing has been outstanding. I'm going to set up. Let's get into it. It's time for the MB coming up
I'm
next.
going to show you how to hook a bait here and catch a bluefin tuna. Where we've been hooking them lately is right behind the dorsal fin, just like that. Then come to the back of the boat. Nice soft underhand cast right to the back of the boat. Over and I think slice and dice this one. Now let him swim as fast as he can. Just like that. And there we go, there's a bluefin tuna. There you go. That's how you hook one. Alright. Oh, there's another biter. Yeah, baby.
Good Thursday morning, everybody, and welcome to beautiful Surfside, California. It is absolutely gorgeous. I'm telling you, the air temperature is just perfect. The sun is warming my skin, and back behind me is that beautiful Eastern Pacific where fishing is absolutely outstanding. We've got some great stuff to cover with you. We'll go south of the border and check out what's going on, not only with the San Diego Long Range Fleet, but with our friends down there in Baja California Norte. There's some exceptional fishing going on. Also, we're going to take a look at this bluefin tuna bite that is going on right now this morning. Talked to 4 boats, all of them catching bluefin tuna. Seems like they're headed toward limits again today. We'll get you caught up on that. Some nice yellowtail action up in the Channel Islands and so much more. You know what time it is. It's time for the morning briefing. Good morning, my friends. Oh my God, is that good and is it great to be with you? I'm telling you, fishing is so darn good right now. I hope you get out really, really soon. We've got a 2-day trip on board the Apollo out of C4 Sport Fishing in September, late September, that promises to be wonderful. I think 4 spots available on that one. Send me a text if you'd like to join us. We'll follow that up with a 2-day trip on board the Amigo out of 22nd Street Landing. Wow, I'm so looking forward to that in October. 2 great trips for you. Send me a text, 657-227-6459. Don't forget, hit that like button. Share these videos with a friend. Subscribe to the Friedman Adventures YouTube channel. Tick the bell. You'll be notified when there's new content. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Let's get into it because there is just so much going on. We are so blessed here in northern Baja and southern California. Let's start a little bit further down the line at the beautiful little island of Cedros, and it has been spectacular yellowtail fishing, and it just continues. I know Sam De La Torre and a bunch of the guys from Island Fishing Tackle will be headed down there in the coming months, and they're going to have some memorable, wonderful fishing. Wide open yellowtail, great calico bass if you want to turn your attention toward that. And we've also seen a few halibut, white sea bass. It's flat magnificent down there in that neck of the woods. Now, a 70-mile drive down the Baja coast at the border. You hit Tijuana, and then you drive 70 miles south, and you're going to find some outstanding fishing in Ensenada right now. The offshore scene has been very iffy. An occasional hit of a kelp patty yellowtail, bluefin tuna or 2, but most guys strike out. They're staying inshore, fishing down around Santo Tomas, where there's wide open big barracuda, some great yellowtail action, tons of bottom fish, including big reds and lings. Fantastic fishing for the boats out of Ensenada making that southern trek down to Santo Tomas. There's also some yellows inside the bay there that you can find breezing around under the birds around Todos Santos Island. But that Santo Tomas bite is really good. As Louis Prieto showed us just the other day, it's for real sport fishing out of Ensenada. Really great fishing south of the border. You can't beat it, and you can't beat the Baja hospitality you'll find in Ensenada. Great seafood, great restaurants, wonderful people, great fishing. I don't know how you can beat it. Man, I need to get down to Ensenada. I'm dying for a Mexico trip here really, really soon. Long range fishing, absolutely fantastic. The Independence has her bow pointed toward where that wide open yellowfin tuna fishing has been going on, and it has been fantastic on 25 to 50-pound yellowfin tuna, some 75-pounders every once in a while. These 7 and 8 day trips have been running all the way down there and finding absolutely wonderful fishing. In fact, they get limited out in a hurry. The Royal Polaris has had that kind of fishing here recently. That is also in addition to some great wahoo fishing. The whoos, the skins have been biting really, really well on these 7 and 8 day trips for the entire long range fleet. I don't see anybody who misses. They're all getting in on some spectacular action down the Baja coast, several hundred miles. It's been flat phenomenal. And throw in the yellowtail because the forky bite has been absolutely phenomenal down there around Alijos Rocks. It's been one of the better 7, 8 day summer type seasons that I've seen in a long time. It is flat a memorable long range year down there. Excellent fishing. You get that dropper loop fish, you get that fly line, yellow tail bite, and then guys will go into the Baja coast and they'll catch white sea bass and big calico bass. They'll catch more yellowtail. Really great 7 and 8 day trips going on right now. I can't wait for our November trip on board the Independence. We have an 8 day trip sold out for about a year now, so it's going to be a great one. I know that you folks who are on that trip are looking forward to it as well. Hey, if you have heating and or air conditioning needs, do what Sam De La Torre just did. He called our friend John Lopez at Efficient Heating and Air Conditioning. Give John a call today. And if you have unfiled taxes or you need help with your taxes, Tim Marquez is your man. He's been doing it for 35 years. Give Tim a call. All right, let's get into this bluefin tuna bite because it is game on again here today. It's been windy, it's been breezy, and it has not curtailed what I call one of the best bites you could ever imagine. Not only because you're catching limits of these 10 to 30 pound bluefin tuna, but also because of the fact that there are so many big yellowtail mixed in with it. It is fantastic. It is hard to find a boat who doesn't have their 2 fish, bluefin tuna, 2 fish limits per day on the bluefin tuna. Hard to find somebody who doesn't have limits. That's how good this is. Let me go through some scores with you. I do remind you all that it is a little bit breezy. Best to be on a day and a half trip, but boats that are running day trips, you know, leaving out of San Diego in the evening or out of LA or San Pedro, all these landings can access this zone on the Tanner and Cortez Bank. Even those guys are doing really, really well. Ocean Odyssey, Jack Sepulveda, a Friedman Adventures family member. Nice fish. Jackie said it was wide open. Limits of bluefin tuna. Pacific Dawn on a 2.5 day trip. 15 guys, 60 bluefin tuna. Limits 150 yellowtail. Doesn't get any better than that. Pacific Queen on a 3 day trip. 156 on the yellowtail. 156 on the bluefin tuna. The Islander with limits of bluefin tuna. The Sea Adventure 80 limits of bluefin tuna. It is flat, wide open, my friends. It is biting full speed. The Tribute on an overnight trip had 18 yellows and 22 bluefin tuna. You know, sometimes you have a smaller window on those overnight trips, but you can still get a good hit in on that fish. Fishing 25 pound is the way to go. Fluorocarbon, we like the GT4 from our friends at Promar Ahi. And when you go to promarahi.com and get the GT fluorocarbon, not only will you get more line for less money, but you can save an additional 10% when you put in FA at checkout. 25 pound fluoro and smaller circle hook seems to work best of all. You saw Max on the lead in on the Highliner show you exactly how to hook your bait and catch a bluefin tuna. That was a thing of beauty, Max. Nice going with the explanation. So great fishing, even in a little bit breezier weather. You see some surface iron yellowtail. You see some yo-yo iron yellowtail. It has been really fantastic, and it's not slowing down. And that 2 day trip on the Apollo out of C4 Sport Fishing in late September, will we have Dorado and yellowfin tuna joining the party? That's the only question I have. That's going to be a great one. And so is the Amigo. Join us for our last couple of trips of 2024. Seems weird to be saying that. This year has flown by so fast. All right, let's talk about the islands because it's been spectacular at all our islands. The Coronado Islands, which are located in Mexican water, so you do need a U.S. passport to fish there. You go out of San Diego, and it's a stone's throw, anywhere from 11 miles down to the rock pile, which is, I think, 22 miles. I'm not sure about that one anymore. I think it's about that. But in that zone, especially down by the pile, like a 22, 25-mile run down the Baja coast and out to the islands, it's been spectacular. And what a year it's been at the Coronado Islands. I just mentioned that the long-range fishing is the best I've seen in many years. For sure, I can echo that same comment about the Coronado Islands, where it's been flat spectacular. Mission Bell, 26 anglers with 86 yellowtail. The San Diego out of Seaforth Sport Fishing, 34 guys, 123 on the yellowtail, 8 to 20-pound fish, biting mostly on the bait. You throw a bait with a 25-pound good hot bait, and you are on. It's really great fishing, but there's also surface iron and yo-yo iron yellowtail. What a yellowtail year we are having at the Coronado Islands, out on Cortez and Tanner Bank, down the Baja coast. There's yellows everywhere, and we haven't seen the end of it. And I'm going to tell you about some great yellowtail action in the Channel Islands in just a little bit. Really awesome fishing going on. San Clemente Island, not many guys fish it unless they get limited out on the bluefin, and then they go into Clemente, and they're finding some really good fishing there. Also, really excellent fishing going on at San Clemente Island with some yellows and great calico bass fishing, rockfish, and so much more. It's hard to beat. Hey, on board the Limitless, which is a nice little yacht, they do such a great job. When their charter arrived, they said, hey, you guys, you want to run out to Tanner and Cortez? We'll get you limits of bluefin tuna in a flat second. No problem. 10 to 30-pound fish. Or you want to go hunt around for some bigger fish. Now, the gentleman who chartered the Limitless had 4 17-year-old kids. I call them kids because they're kids. And they went and they were asked that question, and their answer was, let's go look for some bigger ones. So they ended up on a breezer, a big bluefin tuna. The boys all caught their personal best bluefin tuna on board the Limitless. They were in that drift for over 4 hours. Wow, that is absolutely magnificent. There is still some of that big fish around. A lot of guys going out and limiting out on that smaller grade fish, which is fantastic. But there's a few of those bigger ones around also. At Catalina Island, we continue to see outstanding fishing going on calico bass. It's been pretty darn good. The El Patron's been registering some great scores. The Pursuit, several other boats fishing Catalina. They see a lot of them around. Sometimes they hook more than they actually catch, but the bass bite has been keeping everybody in there. Now listen to me, if you're fishing lighter line, 15-pound fluorocarbon, a good hot bait, and you're onto a calico bass. There's some Barracuda bonita and other species. It's good variety. May not be like full speed wide open, but good variety, gorgeous, pristine days at Catalina. Pretty good fishing going on at the little island. If you want to get on the El Patron, it's easy to do. And their weekday prices are really, really exceptionally low. So weekends, I think it's 145. Weekdays, 115 bucks on a limited load, fast, great boat. www.longbeachsportfishing.org to get on the El Patron. The Gray Light out of Cisco Sport Fishing in Oxnard. Luke Fitzpatrick was on that one, and Luke said, man, what a shot we had at the yellows today. Big yellows, nice fish. They went 10 for 19 on the yellowtail. Luke, nice going with a 35-pound yellow and a 25-pound yellow. Nice quality big forkies up there in the Channel Islands right now. Not for everybody, but man, I'll tell you, some days you get an exceptional show and get to put some fish on board just like that. There's a few halibut and white sea bass still in the mix. I'm waiting to see another big hit on that. Maybe we'll see it here this morning. I'm watching it very closely. Of course, I keep my eyes on Tucker McCombs and the Endeavor all the time as he continues to get big hits on the flatties and the white sea bass. May not be every single day, but he's been in the mix, and there's great rock fishing throughout the Channel Islands right now. Everybody in on some great lings and big reds and just wonderful bottom fishing, providing excellent table fare for you when you go home. Don't forget about the Island Spirit and Captain Daniel Hadaway out of Ventura Sport Fishing. They do such a great job. They have been hammering on the rockfish on a regular basis. This Sunday, kids 12 and under fish for free on board the Island Spirit. If you're with a paid adult, your 12-year-old or younger gets to go for free. Island Spirit, 805-676-3474, or go to VenturaSportFishing.com. Hey, some really excellent fishing going on right now on our local scenes. We take a look in San Diego, where not only are we catching limits of sand bass and great calico bass, but there's a few exotics in the mix here. Recently on the Dolphin, they had good calico bass fishing, 3 white sea bass. They released an additional 14 short white sea bass. A lot of action there. The Premier had limits of sand bass fishing locally out of San Diego, and the new Seaforth had great calico bass fishing and a yellowtail. Pretty darn good local bite in San Diego up there around Oceanside, Dana Wharf. Good bass fishing, calicos mostly. We continue to see a lot of shorts, but great action. Up here in this neck of the woods, sculpin rockfish with an occasional bass bite. We have been seeing some barracuda here, but we lack consistency in any kind of a wide open bite. Up there out of Marina Del Rey sport fishing, John Dickens took his good friend's son out fishing, Manny Lopez, and took him out on the new Del Mar, and he turned him on to this great sport that we love so much. And it looks like Manny may be hooked now. Nice going, John. Way to go. He had some sculpin and rockfish out of MDR. Nice hit for him, and I hope he is going to find his love for sport fishing from now on. Up there in the Channel Islands, kind of covered that little bit of sand bass and barracuda on the coast, and there's also barracuda and calico bass at the local islands at Anacapa and Santa Cruz. It's been pretty good. On the coast, and I'm talking about surf fishing now, big fish bait and tackle on the corner of Seal Beach Boulevard and Pacific Coast Highway. They've got all the bait you'll need to be successful on your next surf fishing outing. They've got all the tackle you'll need from trout to bluefin tuna. And also they have a monthly giveaway of a brand new custom-made surf fishing rod for you. Go to Big Fish, buy the ruler that you'll need to take the photo of your fish, and they'll give you all the rules. Some good surf fishing right now, and kids are back in school. This is absolutely perfect conditions for the surf. There are Corvina cruising right here looking for sand crabs and mussels where those waves are breaking. Oh man, dolphin playing in the surf and feeding in the surf behind me here. It's off camera, I think, but you might see it by the end of the report. Right where that wave's breaking, right behind that. This wave's going to break right now, right behind that. Those Corvina are in that short water, and you need to have some bait on those. You don't have to, but that's how you're going to get bit. Best of all, worms, sand crabs, mussel, that all works really, really well. Pristine, gorgeous conditions here this morning for Corvina. We see it down at Huntington Beach up in the Santa Monica Bay. Still a little bit of yellowfin croaker around. We're getting closer to a good spot fin croaker bite. We've already had one. We'll get another good one in the fall. Really perfect conditions for that. And I don't know if during the report you've seen, I see these dolphin feeding, and they're right up on the beach here. They're feeding on, any number of surf fish, yellowfin croaker, all kinds of different stuff. So they're in here for a reason. They're here because there's some pescados around for you to catch. I don't know what to tell you. It is flat, fantastic. It's a gorgeous morning. I can't thank you enough for spending time with yours truly. It means a lot to me. We've got great charters. We've got inner harbor fishing trips we're going to be doing from now throughout the winter. That's going to be a lot of fun, including that break wall calico bass fishing. We've got it set up with a guide, so all you have to bring is your fishing license, some food and drink. We've got all your tackle. We've got everything you'll need. Just text me if you'd like to join us on either one of our charter trips, like out of Seaforth Sport Fishing on the Apollo, on the Amigo out of 22nd Street, or you want to do some inner harbor fishing near 22nd Street Landing in San Pedro. 657-227-6459. All right, for all the dolphin and yellowfin croaker and bluefin tuna that are biting so well, I wish you a really wonderful Thursday morning, and I hope to see you really, really soon.